Take 3. I keep messing up on the intro. So, how's everyone doing? You know, school's over. It's Wednesday. Tomorrow's Thursday. Getting closer to the end of another week of heck. I'm on like day 27. I've been keeping track on Snapchat. So, you know, day 27, we're moving slowly along here. So, I thought I'd go and, you know, we're almost a week into free agency. Friday will mark a week into free agency. And, you know, I thought to myself, I was like, you know, why not go out and, look at the best UFAs from each position that are still out there, and just rank them and see who the heck they could go to. So, you know, there's a lot of free agents out there, and to be honest with you, some of the best players in the market, like for example, I'm going to use Grandland as an example, Michael Grandland. The reason why no one's signing him is because cap problems. You know, with the flat cap this season, with everything going on with the virus and I don't even need to mention anything else that's going on with the world right now. And, you know, they have flat cap. So a lot of teams are in cap heck right now. And some of them are over the cap. In fact, Vegas is still yet to go below the cap space, which is kind of odd, not going to lie. But, you know, I'm sure they'll work on the phones every day. And I'm sure we're going to see a trade sooner or later from Vegas. So I would expect a high player with cap space. We'll discuss that in another video. But anyways, you know, you look at all these guys, you have a lot of cap problems. Some of these guys have really high salaries. Like for example, Mike Hoffman wanted a 1-year deal for $6 million. And you know, there's not a lot of teams that can really do that right now. So, you know, it's really hard. It's really hard. I'm sure that players with high salary are going to get traded away pretty commonly over the next couple weeks. So I would expect that. And but yeah, anyways, let's get into the top UFAs from the center position. So, you know, I reviewed these by position. They're not ranked, okay? They're not ranked. I have 1, 2, and then I have 2 other players. And again, I do want to say this as well. I know there's people with multiple positions. Like, for example, Hoffman can play left wing and right wing. I had him in their primary position, which Hoffman's a right wing. And, you know, so there's a lot of players that can play, you know, both sides of the defense. I just put in 4 defenders. And then I put in two defensemen two players from each position, except for defensemen, because they have 4 players for each position. So, you know, everything with that. All right, anyways, let's start off with the center position. So, the center position, I have at number 1, Michael Grandland. Grandland had 17 goals, 13 assists for 30 points this season with the Nashville Predators. And, you know, he's a solid bottom 6 player, and I think that he can help out whatever team he goes to. But, again, he is like $5 million, so, you know, he does have a lot of high cap. So, I get why no one's signing him. And then, you know, Carl Soderberg, who was disappointing this season, but wasn't even that bad for a UFA center, to be honest. 17 goals, 18 assists for 35 points. You know, there's a lot of teams that would kill for 35 points. He played for the Arizona Coyotes this season, part of the trade with Colorado and Arizona. So, you know, I think that with Soderberg, I think that wherever he goes to, he's going to help in that bottom 6, 4th line center role. You know, I think he's good in playing those minutes. But yeah, in the other column, I have Alex Chanyak and Andreas Anthonisiou. I'll go into them each. Chanyak, I don't even know if he'll get signed by a team. First off, he's offering high cap. He's like $6 million. Or not even $6 million. He's like around $3-4 million. And Anthonisiou, oh no, not Chanyak. First off, you know, Chanyak's offering really high cap, and I think that with him, he just hasn't really lived up to it. You know, there's been time in Montreal. He's bounced around the league a ton. He's been on 4 teams in the past 2 years. He was on Montreal, got traded to Arizona, traded to Pittsburgh, traded to Minnesota, and now he's no team. So, you know, I don't really see anyone signing him, to be completely honest with you. I think his career may be over in the NHL. I don't know. You could prove me wrong, but I could see him. But I haven't heard anything at all related to Chanyak, so he could be potentially moving to Sweden or a different league in Europe or Russia. You never know. But yeah, Andreas Anthonisiou, I'm sure a team might go out and sign him for just a 3rd pairing defender. There's a few teams that could use him, maybe Boston, or no, he's not even a defenseman. Anthonisiou, I don't even know why he came to my mind as a defenseman, but yeah, Anthonisiou, with him, you know, there's a lot of people that could go out for a 4th line center like him. Ottawa could use him, but if they're going to take on that high cap, it's going to be really worrisome. And to be honest, with his points and everything he had this season, you can't even really blame him. he played before he got hung up to dry by an abysmal Detroit Red Wings team for so long. So I can't even blame Anthony, to be honest. Anyways, this is it for the centers. The left wings, not much in left wings, to be honest. There's not that many stacked players. So if you're a GM looking for a left wing in free agency, turn around. Left wing here we have Michael Frolik at number 1. Again, there are some blended players in here. Frolik, he had 6 goals, 8 assists for 14 points. Split with the Calgary Flames and Buffalo Sabres. There could be people that go out for him, but I'm not too sure. Justin Applicator, I don't even know if he'll get offered a contract, to be completely honest. I'm sure he'll get offered one, but it's going to be for, 4th line. Maybe even AHL player. He had 3 points this whole season. No goals at all, 3 points with the Red Wings. And to be honest, it was a bad Red Wings team. And he was showing signs of declining before that. I had a feeling he was going to get bought out at some point, but that he was showing. But this season was abysmally bad for him, so I don't even know if he'll get signed by a team. And then others, Michael Grabner, who I didn't even think played too bad this season. I think that, some player grew off for him. And Matt Martin, who's a good, very physical guy. He's not really that big of an offensive person, but he's a great physical guy in the playoffs. So I think that, no matter where he goes to, I think that'll help him out. The right wings. The right wings have arguably the most stacked out of everyone right now in the free agency. So, you have Mike Hoffman at number 1, arguably the best guy. 29 goals, 30 assists for 59 points with the Florida Panthers. And I think that wherever he goes, there's going to be pretty stacked. They're going to be pretty stacked when they get Hoffman. Hoffman's a great, he's a great first line right wing. I think he can really help out whatever team he goes to. And, at number 2, I have Evgeny Dadonov. Dadonov, just basically a Florida Panthers right wing core. 25 goals, 22 assists for 47 points for the Panthers as well this season. And I think that, wherever he goes to, I think Dadonov will make a huge impact. Dadonov's one of those underrated second, third line right wings who can really help out a team offensively. In the other column, I have Patrick Eaves, who likely won't even get offered a contract at all. I don't. He's past his prime, and Dale Weiss, is basically just a 4th line AHL right wing. So that's all I would say. Defense. Again, I have 4 defensemen for this column since there is right and left defensemen. So I just threw in the top 4 defensemen and then 4 other D-men that could potentially be picked up. At number 1, I have Andy Green. Andy Green has been with New Jersey for forever. So when he got traded to the Islanders, I'm like, wait, what? So, this season he had 2 goals, 12 assists for 14 points with the Devils and the Islanders. One of those guys who's a good defensive veteran player. He's a great beard, too, by the way. I don't even know that's maybe someone will pick him out just because of his great beard. Maybe someone who can potentially make a deep playoff run like Colorado or something. But, I think Andy Green. I've heard talks of the Islanders offering him a short-term contract, which can happen. I could see that happening. We'll see what happens in the future with that. Simi Vatanen, who's probably one of those really, I don't want to say he's necessarily underrated, but he's actually a better defender than what people profile him to be. 5 goals, 18 assists for 23 points with the Devils and the Hurricanes. He played in the playoffs with the Hurricanes, by the way. I thought I'd just throw it in there. Wherever he goes, I think he can offer some decent offense and some great defense for whatever team he goes to. 3 and 4, and to be honest, everyone after that are really not the best defensemen. So they're basically just all these guys are second, third pairing defenders. Those guys were first, second. Carl Osner, he had 0 points in 4 games with the Canadiens. I don't even know if he'll get offered a contract. I just had him in there. And then at number 4 here, I have Cody Ceci. I think even if this guy got 700 points, I don't even think with what he did alone in the playoffs was just I just don't think anyone will sign him. So yeah, 1 goal, 7 assists for 8 points with the Toronto Maple Leafs. Everyone wanted Ceci to be traded by the Maple Leafs the whole entire season. So I'm not surprised that no one's gonna offer him a contract. And there you go. I have Dmitry Kulikov. I could see him going somewhere. He's one of the solid guys. Eriksson, who's a solid third pairing defender. Hamonic, who didn't even play in the playoffs this season. He opted out. And Ron Hainsey, who likely retires very soon. Goaltender. Goaltender is one of the positions where it's kind of like left wings. If you want to find a great goaltender, turn around. Turn immediately around, because the best guy out there is Ryan Miller. I don't even know if he'll be playing next season. He had 9 wins, 6 losses and 0 overtimes for the Anaheim Ducks. Solid backup. He's been such a good veteran, and I think that, you know, when he retires or he returns to Anaheim, it's going to be very emotional. And then at number 2, I have Craig Anderson, who's going to retire too. All these guys are very old players, and the one guy that I have on here is decently young, but he's never going to play in the NHL again, most likely. Craig Anderson was 11-17-0 with the Ottawa Senators. I think he's not going to get signed with a team, to be honest. There's really no one out there that I think would really go out and just take him. So I think that he'll retire or be a free agent. Jimmy Howard, his NHL career, or at least in the NHL, is likely over. I can maybe a team that needs an AHL goaltender or a third goaltender will go pick up Jimmy Howard. But yeah, I think his career as a starter or even a backup in the NHL is over. And then on the other side, you have Mike Condon, who his time in the NHL is over. He's the one young guy, and I don't even know if he's that young. But yeah, I think his time in the NHL is over too. Maybe AHL, but I don't even think that also. So yeah. Those are the best UFAs from each position, almost a week into free agency. We're going to see where these guys go. I'm pretty interested. I'll cover them later. I'll probably come back in a week, maybe 2 weeks, to see if any of these guys have gone anywhere yet. So yeah, thank you for watching. If you enjoy, do make sure to like it, to subscribe button. We are trying to get to 600 subscribers by the end of the year. This is likely my last video for the day, unless we have a trade. I'll review all the signings and stuff that happened tomorrow, because there really hasn't been much news today. So yeah, thank you for watching. Unless there's a trade, this is my last video for the day. So yeah, thanks for watching, and I'll see you guys in the next video.